All right, so we're gonna do a segment on Niko House basically exposing David Pakman during his own show. It's
Caller educates David Pakman on Tulsi. Pakman hangs up on him.
you ruined the surprise.
Whatever, man. Surprises are
The
overrated.
point is, we're doing this for shits and giggles, and got to give all credit to Niko House for finding this clip. I'm sure fans sent it to him too. So
Either that or he watched it because it was from 3 hours ago. So I'm sure this is fairly recent.
yeah.
Well, when I saw it was 3 hours ago, so it was probably like 5 hours ago.
So you have the
video.
You have the YouTube. They might call him like neoliberal light, like a Sam Cedar, David Pakman, those type of guys, Young Turks. To where, well, Young Turks don't fall as far as these guys might.
They don't fart at all.
They fart a little bit. But yeah, they all three of those news sources I just named all bought into the Russia narrative. They'll just get Trump out of office no matter what types. Those type of guys. And they really don't like Tulsi Gabbard for some reason. Sam Cedars not like Tulsi Gabbard, neither does Michael, as Jamal Thomas calls him, his work wife, Michael Brooks. David Pakman does not like Tulsi Gabbard. The Young Turks don't seem to not like Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, they brought her on, but it was after they shitted on her for a couple.
Whenever I see something like this, I always have to make the distinction between I belong to no political party. I'm just me.
Yeah.
But one's clearly a group of people running with a name.
Yeah.
Which is why I would call them what's the word as far as Republicans? A neocon.
Yeah.
As opposed to a Ron Paul.
Yeah.
Most likely probably the closest thing to a legitimate representation of a Republican. And then you have someone like Tulsi Gabbard. Bernie, I'm not going to say Bernie Sanders because, fucking didn't do his job. The closest thing you can get as far as true representation to a Democrat, right, Tulsi, then you have guys like Cory Booker.
Yeah.
Guys like Hillary Clinton. I could keep going.
Kamala Harris.
So what's the term?
Mayor Pete.
What's the term?
Neoliberal.
Oh, neoliberal. Yeah. Okay.
All right, this is Niko House finding a clip that exposes David Pakman. What's wrong with Tulsi, basically?
Y'all know I really don't like David Pakman. I really don't. And to be honest with you, I'd extend the same invitation to debate me over the merits of Tulsi Gabbard, over the merits of her campaign, and much more specifically, over the merits of the clear lies and smears that David himself has pushed to his somewhat large audience. But I know he won't take the invitation because, well, David's a punk ass. Let's be honest.
Free smoke.
And he exemplified that in this clip I'm about to show you. Now, I don't want to show you the entire clip, but I want to show you the last 2 minutes of it because it is the most important part. So clearly somebody who probably watches this show, his name is Andre, called in to debate David, basically. Not debate him, but educate him on Tulsi. And ask him very straight up, hey, do you think you might have been a little wrong on writing her off so early? Clearly because not only did he, quote unquote, write her off, but he spent a significant amount of time smearing her. So when you hear the justification he supposedly has for writing her off as a candidate, it doesn't really match up with how he behaved in the beginning of the election cycle. Take a look at this clip.
So just keep in mind, I believe David Pakman voted for Hillary Clinton. Just keep that in mind when it comes to, candidates to to vote for, and why he goes out of his way to, particularly Tulsi Gabbard, why she's the one he points out.
Tulsi Gabbard has been clear on her position and also her foreign policy, anti-regime change, and all those things. So do you think you came to your conclusion to write her off a little too early?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, a little bit hard. Like, no, I don't think so. It's like, why? Why? There you go.
Yeah.
You still there, Dante?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I don't think I did. And right now, I have to admit, this may be the wrong thing to do, but there is this group of 2020 candidates who seem unable to get beyond 1%. They're polling between 0 and 1%. And maybe this is the wrong thing for me to do, but I'm paying less and less attention to them because as we get into late April, May, and then June, if you're stuck at 1% and you've been running for a while, as Tulsi has, it just doesn't seem like you're really going to be a factor. And that may change, but I don't know if you see those numbers any differently.
And that's the problem with we have to win against Trump no matter what. Now it's just conscience. Who has the poll? Who's polling? Mm-hmm. Who's polling? We need to get behind whoever's leading in the polls and make sure that we prop them up so that we can beat Trump.
This is why I always, when I saw Sam Cedar make a similar argument, it's like, oh, fuck you, man.
This is why we made our first video about them asking for impeachment. Rashid Tlaib, AOC, Ilhan Omar. That's why we made that video about them wanting to impeach Trump off of this Russia bullshit, collusion and obstruction Mueller report. It's like, guys, like, conscience first, man. Conscience first. I hope they get fucking barked at.
Who, those three?
Yeah.
I hope they get wasted. No freak.
Fuck.
Not killed, you know what I mean.
Metaphorically.
Well, figuratively speaking, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to call you out now.
It was him that said that.
Oh, whatever.
But yeah, so going back to Pakman, it's like, I mean, I made a video a while ago about him talking about Jimmy Dore and a fan like telling like, David, I'm done listening to your program. I'm unsubscribing. I'm pulling my money out of your show because you do this about Jimmy Dore and blah, 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 blah. And Sam Cedar seem to rely, they go back to the same argument. And it's basically surrounding beating Trump. And it's like, why? Why do you need to win against Trump? And it's never a moral question.
No.
First of all, it's never a moral solution. It's a roundabout political way. Well, the Supreme Court's coming up soon. What's her name? Ruth Bader Ginsburg, whatever the fuck her name is. She's old. She could die. Do you want Trump having 2 Supreme Court justice picks? Yeah. Come on. It's like, use your example. There's a dead body on the floor, and you're walking over it.
Oh no!
To win the dance game.
No.
To win the dance contest.
You fucked up. No. It's you.
I'm relating your metaphor to this.
No. It's you and a dance partner that has no face. So you're dancing, enjoying yourself, right? In a ballroom, everyone's like being elegant and whatnot, right? Big chandelier in the middle of the room, whatever have you, right? Like dancing, doing the waltz, whatever the fuck it's called. Then you trip over something, it's a dead body. I didn't see that. You gonna keep dancing?
Yeah.
You just forget what you saw, keep dancing?
Well, yeah. There's no heart in their argument. That's why Jimmy Dore's popular and these guys are losing support.
Yeah, but Bernie Sanders, when he started in the primary at this point, he wasn't even at 1%, I'm sure.
Right, but he hadn't been running nearly as long at this point in time in 2016. You know what I mean?
It's like,
so
is this pride? Is this pride? Is that what it is? Like, does he just want to be right about why he said Tulsi is no good earlier? Like, he wants to be right about it, so he starts making up excuses for why you shouldn't vote for her or why he won't support her. I don't fucking know. It's sad either way.
But so 3 months into his announcement, you think he wasn't past, 5%? Or he wasn't even past?
Well, that's
Yeah, he
5
wasn't
times
past
as much
5%,
as
and
Tulsi
Hillary-
Gabbard has, right?
Yeah, but Hillary Clinton was at.
Yeah, but 5's more than 1. It's like, what's her policy? Do you agree with her policy or not? You're just saying no, just off of before it was policy. She cleaned it up, and now it's not policy anymore. It's look at the percentage numbers. She doesn't have a chance, so why? It's like, even if you are a hardcore Bernie Sanders fan or you're going to vote for him no matter what, even if you're that, you should be like, I wouldn't mind Tulsi being second place. I wouldn't mind Mike Gravel being second place. I wouldn't mind Andrew Yang being second place. Instead, it's like, what do you say about the corporate Democrats there? What does he say about that? I'm going to have to look that up at some point. Like, what do you say about them? It's like, yeah, Booker has a pretty good chance. You know, who's going to beat Trump? Who's gonna win against Trump? That's what I'll tell people to support.
So, I'll put my money on Buttigieg.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
It's like, dude, like, how come we can't just aim for the best possible scenario?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I truly will never, you know. I mean, I get why, or at least probably how this is fucking happening the way it is, but it's just like, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. You gotta play the game. It's like, no. For example, right? If everybody looked into Donald Trump's foreign policy, what it is right now, let's say about 80% of the fucking population in the U.S.
All right, let's not go back to that. We just did a whole video on that.
What I'm saying is,
reason to impeach Trump.
Whatever. I could use somebody else. Point
Whatever.
is,
Yeah.
like, oh look, not hard at all.
Yeah. Well, that's me wondering. Right? I'm throwing questions out there. Is it pride? Like, what is this? Do you want to be right about saying Tulsi's bad? So you have to say, well,
it could be pride, or it could be.
Okay, maybe she fixed her policy, but 1%.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's trying to maintain a standard for years to come. Really?
These guys are a sinking ship, to be honest with you, and they latched onto the wrong side.
How long has he been here?
I don't know. Probably earlier on in YouTube's popularity.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, even if you're voting Bernie 100%, no matter what, why can't you say, like, I wouldn't mind Tulsi either? Or you don't even have to, I don't know. You don't even have to like her, but your excuse is, she's not polling high enough, so why support her?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Say, I don't like this policy, I'm not supporting it.
Yeah.
But then he can't do that now, which is so exposing. You can't do that now because she sat down in front of Cenk Uygur and explained everything. By the way, we did that video. You should check it out. It's my best way of selling our videos.
What?
It's just poor. Don't worry about it. So let's continue.
Gonna worry about it.
Let's continue.
It's like 60%, 70%, 80% likelihood or polling in winning the Democratic nominee. So I don't really think that's a good standard to write somebody off, or
that's totally fair. That's totally fair. Dante, when do you think Tulsi needs to get to at least like 4% for her to be viable?
I believe she's going to get in the debates, in the first debate in June, she's going to put on a show and she's going to do laps around almost everyone on stage with the exception of Bernie Sanders.
And Mike Gravel. Oh, she'll do laps around Bernie Sanders in foreign policy. Mike Gravel will run laps around everyone, but no one's going to vote for him. If he's there. I don't know if he has the 65,000 donors yet, but let's say he's there. Why would I say, well, Mike Gravel has no chance, so I'm not going to talk about him. I'm going to smear him on the side. We're not going to give any press to Mike Gravel.
Or ignore.
Or ignore Mike Gravel, give nothing to him. Like no. You want guys like that. Yeah. You should be like, pay attention to this guy. This guy will push Bernie further left, or I don't care about left and right, but
I get why you said smear, but like someone who's like Ron Paul, did they smear him or they just completely ignore that guy?
He got smeared sometimes too.
Okay.
Right. We had a way back. We were like in your room doing videos, and that guy. Pause. No freaky. I don't need to protect myself. I'm confident. Anyways, that guy when we said we said capitalism is neutral, right? We threw that idea out there. And we brought up, for some reason we brought up Ron Paul. And the guy's like, well, Ron Paul's a racist. Look at this article. And I'm like, oh, okay. I believe they used that back then on Ron Paul.
I totally forgot all about that.
Some journalist or some blogger wrote something on his website, so they called Ron Paul racist because of it.
Oh, not only that, alleged statements.
But,
you know.
Yeah. So this is exposing.
Yeah, keep going.
One of my new favorite words.
Possibly.
Okay.
And I think she's going to get a big boost then. And also, there are way more debates than there were last primary. So I believe she's going to have a chance to get her message out there. And she's going to be very convincing because in all of the interviews and the town halls and public speeches that she's done since she's been very clear and articulate, and she's gotten her point across. And the voters seem to like her a lot.
So then why doesn't she get past 1%?
Why doesn't she get past 1%? Why did all the major polls have Hillary Clinton winning the presidency over Donald Trump? I don't know. Let's hear the caller's response to that. Why is she only polling at 1%?
Mm-hmm.
You know the polling is biased. They have Joe Biden at number one.
All right, Dante.
No,
I got
Joe Biden is polling at number one.
All right, we will see. You may be right. I may be eating crow. Dante, great to hear from.
He hung up on him.
So, when someone brings up the polling might be skewed a bit.
Yeah.
It might play, favoritism, or might be biased. It's all right. That's no offense to older people. That's like the old man move, where it's like, hey man, you know what's going on? Like, got all the details on this story. This is why we're going to war right now. I don't want to hear about it.
This is a little different.
Click.
This is more of like a tyrant move.
Yeah, this is a fuckboy style move.
It's like, you ever see Matilda? I'm right, you're wrong. You're little, I'm big. Go to your room.
It's called I Can't Argue This Point, so click. Now, I'm sure you might have some excuse handy, as in, we were about to go to lunch, or we were about to go to commercial. Either way, it's like, I'd be like, hang on to that. We're going to commercial real quick. Hang on the line. Stay on there. We'll be right back with you. This is fucking...
Expose it?
Blatantly exposing... He doesn't believe, like, there's no concept that the polling might be skewed. It's like he ignored the whole 2016 election and whatever, Donna Brazils and Debbie Washman Schultz and the WikiLeaks emails and all the things they did to stack the deck against Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
And he just, like, forgot all that happened. And it doesn't think one little poll can't fucking be skewed somehow.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You could do it without even trying to be, like, without even trying to be like super corrupt or whatever. You could just ask a certain group of people and do polling like that. Come on.
I mean, right? The guy
look for regions
again.
Like
the guy brought up the example of fucking Bernie Sanders, and he had like low percentage.
Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna pay attention because a low percentage. It's like,
well, Bernie had, I think it was like 5% or less than that.
Yeah.
And he's like.
It's like, fuck.
Hey, man, maybe give her a chance in the debates. You might turn the polling around.
See, it's so much easier just saying, why don't you just go get in your, just go get in your car, dude. Just drive off a cliff.
Just join teams with Sam Cedar. Call yourselves the Majority Pakman, and then just call it a day. Pakman. Call it the Majority Pakman, and then you're good.
Yeah.
I don't hear much diversity. You seem to strictly be against Tulsi Gabard, both of you. You seem to buy into the Russia story and then play it off like you didn't really. Play it off like you had legitimate reasons to focus on Russia so much.
True corporate Democrat.
Why not just be teammates? All right. Don't forget to donate to Devon's Journey to Recovery. Link in the description box. See, we're copying Jimmy Dore way too much. I don't have the.
Except we don't get donations, and we read whoever talks.
I don't have his voice or charisma, so this is the best you shitheads get. So donate to Devon Stranger Recovery. Link in the description box. Click that link, read the story, then make a donation.
Say you wanna get in.